guys, welcome back to Nixie DIY Crafts. Today we're going to make a Halloween wreath using this pool noodle, some duct tape, and some chipboard. First thing I'll do is roll up the chipboard, and then I'm going to tuck it into one end of the pool noodle and then tuck that piece into the other side of the pool noodle. That helps keep my ends together while I cut my duct tape to start securing my two ends together. I end up adding about 5 pieces of the duct tape. I wanted to make sure that this was not going to rip itself apart again, so I wanted to make sure that it was really secure. Then to cover my pool noodle, I'm using this plastic black tablecloth that I'm cutting down to 6-inch increments. I'm going to use the same duct tape to secure the tablecloth in place. I cut a total of 3 pieces and that was sufficient to cover this pool noodle. So here you'll see that I'm just going in and out until I completely cover the entire pool noodle. I use the duct tape to start and finish my ends. You'll notice as I continue adding my second piece that I will use the blue tape, and then I start wrapping the tablecloth around the blue tape first to cover that section off, and then I continue. 3 pieces cut at 6 inches was sufficient to cover the entire pool noodle. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. It is a Halloween wreath. Halloween to me is always a little grungy, so the more texture, the grungier it looks, the more effective it looks. I then take this black mesh and pipe cleaners and I start creating sections on my wreath. So here I'm creating the first section, so I'm securing it with a pipe cleaner, and I create my first bubble, which is about 6 inches. Take another pipe cleaner, create another section, 6 inches, add another pipe cleaner. Try your best to make these sections the same width. I didn't measure, I just eyeballed it. After I go around my wreath the first round, I then go around again a second time. I continue this process until I have completely ran out of mesh. What I recommend as you're assembling this is that you tie your pipe cleaners at the top like I've done here, because you can see how easy it is as I'm creating the second loop that I'm just adding it to the same pipe cleaner that was already in place, putting the mesh, twisting the pipe cleaners. So again, that's my recommendation to you. Once you're done adding all of your mesh, go ahead and push all of your pipe cleaners down. I then take this spider web from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to attach it to the back of my wreath using pipe cleaners. I'm going to place the pipe cleaners starting from the back and tying them in the front. And I only add about 3 or 4, just to 4 corners of the spider web. And again, I'm attaching the pipe cleaners to the sections that already have a pipe cleaner. Go ahead and fluff up the mesh. Then I'm going to add this plant that I got at Michael's. I actually got it for free on one of those grab boxes that I purchased last year after the holidays. And it has wire inside, so you're able to bend it in whatever form you want. So I just split the plant in half and I'm attaching it to the bottom portion of my wreath, again using pipe cleaners. Now I'm going to make some bundles using this green ribbon, this black tulle ribbon, and this purple pumpkin. These bundles I'm going to use to cover all the pipe cleaner sections on my wreath. I'm going to create a total of 3 of these bundles. Cut your fabric at whatever length you want. I started out with 8 inches, and then after I created my bundles, I trimmed them down to 6 inches. I take what's left of my green ribbon and I cut it in half. I then trim each end at an angle. I take the tulle and I pinch it in the center and I add it on top of the green ribbon. I then attach both of them using a pipe cleaner. Here you'll see me trimming both ends of the ribbon. I then add a good amount of hot glue to the center of my bow and then place my glittery pumpkin. For the second bundle, I decided to dovetail my ribbon. And then I repeat the steps. Here you'll see me trimming the lace down. I attach it on top of my green ribbon and secure it in place with a pipe cleaner. For the third bundle, I'm using my leftover green scraps. When assembling, I made sure that I placed the green ribbon on top of each other, overlaying each other. Once I attached my tulle and the pipe cleaner, it was all secure in place. I then take this Dollar Tree skeleton and I paint it in white. I'm now going to highlight sections of the skeleton doing a dry brush technique using black paint. To do the dry brush technique, you're going to take your sponge or brush, dip it in paint, and then dab off on a piece of paper as much as you can. Then when you start painting, you're going to lightly rub your sponge on your item. Don't forget to do the bottom of their feet. I then take this glitter spider that once upon a time was purple and I spray painted it metallic silver. I'm going to hot glue this pipe cleaner to the back of the spider using hot glue, a piece of chipboard, and the pipe cleaner. This is going to add a hanger for me to be able to attach the spider to my wreath. Make sure to press down on the chipboard using something else besides your fingers. So I'm using my red silicone spatula. I'm going to repeat the steps with the skeleton. I'm going to add a blob of hot glue to the back of his spine and then attach my pipe cleaner and then press it down with the chipboard. Now let's add our props to our wreath. I'm starting off with the skeleton and I'm placing him on the left side of my wreath and I'm tying the pipe cleaners on the back side, but I'm attaching the pipe cleaners to the section where I already had a pipe cleaner. Then using my wire cutters, I'm going to trim the bottom of this black stem and then I attach my spider, securing it with the pipe cleaner that I hot glued to the back of the spider. I do make the knot at the back of the wreath. Now I'm going to add my pumpkin bundles to the other 3 sections where you still see the pipe cleaners. I add a good amount of hot glue and then I press down on my bundles. Make sure that you allow enough time for this to dry before moving on to the next. While attaching the second bundle, I noticed that the skeleton head, I didn't like the way it was facing, so I added a little dot of hot glue to his shoulder and then moved his head into place. And then I wanted to cover this section here where the spider's sitting. It didn't cover all those pipe cleaners. So I found some of these flowers, some Halloween flowers that I'm going to hot glue in place. At the end, I only attached one. I didn't think the other 2 were necessary. The one flower did exactly what I needed it to do. It covered that mess of pipe cleaners. I then decided to do dry brush technique again on the skeleton, but this time using a metallic silver paint. I wanted to use a little bit of silver so it can tie in with the rest of the wreath since it has the other metallics and shimmer. And this is what it looks like so far. And as I was showing you, I noticed his foot is all wonky. So I removed his foot and I added hot glue to the stem of the leg and then I placed the foot back. So now it's secure in place. And this is how it turned out. I hope you were inspired by this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.